Welcome to Warrior Camping. Right, today I've got this week's boot fair tent. Now, I don't know what this is. It's a Vango, but that's all I know about it. What is it, mate? Boot fair tent. No, that's where it come from, mate. I meant, who made it? Vango. Yeah, that's right, mate. It's a lovely old Vango. But that is all I know about it. I don't know what make it is or anything like that, what the model is, because all it's got on the bag is a code on the end there that I show you. It's just got a code on the end, just says that. There is no name of what it is or anything like that. It's just got that style code. So I don't know what it is. But as soon as I see it, it interested me because this bag is really small. And I thought, oh, that must be a little tiny tent. I might have all alley poles and all that. So I did open the bag and find the poles. They are there, but they are not aluminium, they are fiberglass. But they are still really short sections for fiberglass poles. Because this bag's tiny, this tent was in. And the colour of this bag tells me this is an old Vango. So an old Vango with really short fiberglass poles, now that interested me. And the weight of the bag is quite light. This lot is quite light, this tent, so that interested me as well. So I sort of felt the weight of the bag, see it had tiny little poles, and thought, right, that is a bit of a vintage Vango backpacker special. That could be something a little bit high end, a little bit nice that could be. So the moment I see these poles and felt the weight of the bag, I just knew I was going to buy this tent. I really wanted it. I just thought I've got to have that just to know what it is. Because it's quite rare, I think, for an old Vango tent to have short fiberglass poles and be in a tiny little bag like this. So it could be something nice, this tent. It really could be a nice little tent. It's definitely geared up to be a bit of a backpacker special to have the short poles like this, definitely. You know what I mean? Most Vangos have the full length pole sections, but look at the lengths of these are like tiny. And it's really light as well in that bag. It's not very heavy, that bag, with all this lot in it. So the moment I picked that bag up, felt the size of it and felt how light it was, I thought, right, this is something special maybe in here. This is going to have all nice aluminium poles and that in it. So I was surprised to see it had fiberglass poles. I really was expecting a set of aluminium poles in it. Because the bag felt that light, I didn't think it was going to have fiberglass poles in it. But it has got fiberglass poles, but it still could be something a little bit special, this tent. It really could. And I love these old Vango tents. I loved early tents by the Vango company. I just love them. So to find one in a little tiny bag that was really light with little short section poles, I just had to buy this thing. And it is definitely old, this thing, because the elastic in these poles is so stretched that I can't even get this one together. There is so much slack on the elastic, I can't even get the pole to go together. So I'm going to have to go and get my knife quickly and tighten these up. I'm going to have to do it. I can't put them in it like that. They will be such a nightmare like that I just can't do that. So I'll get me knife and I'll have to tighten the elastic up in these poles. And if you're looking at them poles there, it's got two the same length and that little short one there. But the connectors on that little short one are angled, so that is a shaped pole. So I would say this is going to be a dome tent with a little porch on the front. That's what it looks like. Right, so I've got my knife and I've got a screw with me to dig them bits of string out the ends there. So you just do this, like, just put a little screw in there and that'll get hold of them, pull them out. And I'm just going to tighten them up a bit and then chop the ends off. Because you won't get them in like that. That will be such a nightmare to do it. They'll just keep coming apart and they'll just be a nightmare. So they just need tightening up, and it'll only take a minute to tighten them up. And that's all you need to do. If you get a tent and the elastic's really slack, as long as it ain't snapped, you can just tighten it up a bit and it'll give it a new lease of life and it'll go again for a while. It won't snap. Don't over tighten it. If you do it really tight, it'll snap. So just do it tightish, re-tie the knots and then cut the slack off the ends, and then these poles will be good to go again. And it is a bit weird with this elastic, right? Because if you get a right old tent like this, you can redo this, and this elastic will last again for years and years. It'll be good as gold. If you do it with something a bit more modern, the elastic seems to really deteriorate. Whatever they use nowadays, it don't last like this old stuff. Like, if you'd done this with something a lot more modern than this Vango, you'd stretch the elastic and it'd just snap. So when not only is it like stretched, but it's become really weak and deteriorated. But this old stuff doesn't seem to become weak, it just stretches. So this old stuff, you can do this, go again. The more modern stuff, you can't. When you try and stretch it, it just snaps. It's just like, it just loses all its strength. But this old stuff keeps its strength. So they are made different. The old shock cord to the new shock cord, they are definitely made different. So I'll just get my knife and cut the ends off. And then all you do is poke them back into that little metal bit on the end of the poles, and then these will be good to go. There'll be no trouble getting these in and out. Whereas when they're all slack in it, they're a nightmare. They're not so bad putting them in, but when you go to take them out, oh, they'd be all falling apart. Be an absolute nightmare and do your head in. And this only took like a couple of minutes, didn't it? So it's well worth doing if you get like a second-hand tent. And I've been really looking forward to putting this thing up. Like, Jess has come round and I went, oh, come, we got to do the tent, the boot fair tent. It might be something a bit special. I really want to see it. Because I ain't got it all out and looked at it. I like to wait for her and we do it together, and I like to do it on the channel. But I was a little bit excited about this one. Of all my boot fair finds lately, I was excited by this one because I love these old Vangos, and this really could be something a little bit good, a little bit special. I hope it is. It might not be, it might just be a run-of-the-mill little dome tent with a porch on the front that just got a shorter set of fiberglass poles. But look at that inner. That is an old Vango inner. Look at that. I've only got to look at that to know this thing's old, mate. This is proper vintage. Look at it. And that is all ripstop nylon, 100%. That inner is full ripstop nylon. Alright, the ground sheet's not, but that actual inner material, 100%, that is full ripstop nylon. So this is a really good little Vango tent. This is not a run-of-the-mill old vintage Vango. This tent is something a little bit more special than that. Happy days, I hope it's all good when I do it. Did you hear that, cat? This old tent's all ripstop nylon. Shut up, don't talk to me, you'll give me away. I'm in hiding, there's a couple of birds next door. Nice pair of tits. Oh, cat, sort it out, stop being a peeping Tom. No, not them sort of birds, you idiot. Blue tits, 2 of them. I'm going to jump over there in a minute and have them for my dinner. Tasty tits. Oh, sort it out, cat. Leave them alone. I can't help it. It's in my DNA. Oh, sorry about him, everybody. And Jess, will you do me a favour? Go and throw a stone or a stick or something over next door and frighten them birds away before Flea Van Cleef gets all feathers in my lovely new Vango. So I'm looking at this tent now, and it's not a dome tent like I thought. If you look at it, it's more like a tunnel tent. The 3 poles go side to side. I thought 2 poles same length would do a cross and it'd be like a dome tent. But it's not, it's a tunnel tent. So I'd imagine it's got 2 long poles do like the sleeping bit at the back, and then the little pole does like a little porch on the front of it, but it is more like a tunnel tent, this one. And it's got the little gaps in the sleeves, and I imagine that's done just to make it a little bit lighter, because it is light, this tent. And I'm liking this tent more now, because when I see it had the 3 poles and the little pole, I did think, oh, it's a little dome tent with a porch on the front. It's not going to be nothing special. But it's not. It's like a little tunnel tent, all ripstop nylon. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this thing up. It looks really nice, this thing. And this inner, it just, you can feel the quality in this inner. You really can. Some tents just have a lovely feel about them. This inner has got that. It feels really nice quality. So that pole went in alright. Let's put the other pole in the back. So hopefully, I do hope the fly's in as nice condition as this inner. I do hope this tent is all good, because I am really liking this tent. If this tent is all good, I'm keeping this tent, and I'm going to really enjoy this tent, because this is a really nice old vintage Vango that has got a bit of quality to it, and it's right light, this thing. So I really like this tent. I'm already decided I'm keeping this tent. I like it already. I ain't even seen it up, and I'm liking this tent. Well, as long as it's all good, I really, really hope the fly is as nice as this inner. I hope there's no damage on it. And I have just noticed there, I'd like to apologise to the Warrior crew, because I have done it wrong. This pole don't go there. It looks well too long. So the little pole must go at the back. Let's take this pole back out. So the 2 long poles go at the front, and then the little pole goes at the back. So this is going to have like a tiny little back bit where your feet go. Oh, I'm liking it more now, I know that. That's quite quirky, isn't it? It's going to be a funny little tent with a little low back on it. Yeah, I'm liking this even more now. But I am sorry I did it wrong. I'll try not to do it again. So this pole goes in here. It must do. It was too long for the back. And I'm just noticing another thing that's a bit weird. This has got guidelines on the inner, which is a bit strange, isn't it? So is it done like, so you can have this pitch just inner only and not put the fly on it? Or is the fly not a full fly and it's one of them ones that's like sort of a little canopy at the front? So this red door at the front here will be the front of the tent. It'll have no fly at the front. I'm not sure, it might be like that. But if it is a tent that's like full fly, so the fly goes all the way to the ground at the front, you're going to have guidelines in the tent with you. Or not like in the sleeping bit, but in the little front porch bit, you're going to have 2 guidelines in there with you. So I think maybe this won't have a fly that goes all the way to the ground at the front, and it just have like a little canopy that pulls out on a couple of strings and you guide them out. So this red door will be the front of the tent. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm probably wrong, because I was wrong with the pole, so I'll probably be wrong on that. But that's what it seems like to me. Otherwise, you have got guidelines in your porch, which is weird, isn't it? So let's get this little back pole in. And it is tiny, this little back pole. So this little back of the tent is going to be really tiny. And like them other 2 poles I've just put in, they're not very long. And this light inner is quite wide, so it can't have much height to this tent. It can't be very tall, because them poles ain't long enough. This is going to have a really low slung roof, I reckon. I reckon this is going to be a little tiny little tent. This reminds me a little bit, the way I'm doing this, it reminds me a little bit of my Phoenix funnel tent. It does. It's on the channel, a Phoenix funnel. It's a little quirky vintage Phoenix tent. Lovely it is. This reminds me of that. The way it's gone together and the kind of size and shape of it, it is reminding me of that funnel. So let's get the poles in on one side, and then we'll put this thing up in the shape, because I really want to see the shape of this thing, because I think it's going to be a funny little shape with a really low roof, because these poles are not very long. So let's push this pole in and see how it goes. Get it in that little clip at the back. It just goes into that little loop there. And it is tiny, the little back. I'm looking at the size of this now. The little bit where your feet goes are tiny. Look at that, it's well small. So let's do the other two. Get the little tent up. Oh yeah, look at this thing. It's lovely, this thing is. I really hope the fly's as nice as this inner. This is a lovely little tent. This is old, this tent. Just by the shape of it and the way it's going up, this tent is a proper vintage tent. This is a really old tent. And I'm really glad I found this thing up the boot fair. And it was weird yesterday up the boot fair. There was quite a lot of tents up there. I found quite a few. But I didn't find nothing that I really thought, right, I want that one. The best I'd found before I come across this was a little Gillert tent. And I thought, right, I memorised where it was. I thought, right, if I don't find nothing else, I'm coming back for this little Gillert thing. It was only a little budget one, little Gillert tent. I thought, right, I'll have that. If I don't find nothing else, I'll come back for it. But I didn't go back for it because I found this. And I'm so happy I found this because this is 1,000,000 times better than a little Gillert budget tent. And if the fly's as nice as this inner, then this is 2,000,000 times better. It really is. So let's get this last little pole in on the front. And they went in nice, them other two little poles. All the clips are nice that the poles go into. Yeah, so it's lovely, this inner. It really is. So even that one, that's gone in nice, that pole. That went in really easy. Lovely, and it is tiny, this tent. Even these long pole bits, not very tall, this tent. The roof on this thing is really low slung. So I'm just going to pick it up, move it back a bit, put it into place, and then we'll get a few pegs in it and pull it out nice and tight, get it holding up. So I'll go to the back, pull it out and put a couple of pegs in the back. And it's tiny, this little back bit. Whack a little peg in there. And then it's got two little pegs that go on the back. Do the other side here. Put one in that little bit there. And they're all nice. These clips are all looking good where the pegs are. Because you find a lot, when they're only plastic, they break them clips. But not on this. I've had a quick look at them. They all look good. When I was putting the poles in, they was all good. And them like little clips that hold the back out there. They're only little plastic clips and they're good. So considering how old this tent is and considering it came from the boot fair, so far this thing is looking in fantastic condition. It really is. So that's the back pegged out. Let's go and do the front. Get alive, get Vango, get alive, get Vango. Are you singing your little song again, cat? Don't talk to me, twig stove face. You got just to scare away my dinner. Now I'm starving. All right, cat, we're all hungry. I'll do something to eat after I've put this tent up. So let me put the tent up and I'll do you whatever you want for lunch. So what do you want? Tits and a whiskey. Well, you can't have that, cat. I'll do you something normal. That is normal for me. It's my favourite. Oh, cat, stop acting tough 'cause you're on the video. You know your favourite's fish fingers, chips and beans. We'll have that. Let me put the tent up and I'll do fish fingers, chips and beans. Is that all right? Oh, yeah, lovely. Fish fingers, fish fingers, fish fingers, chips and beans. Fish fingers, chips and beans. And a little dollop of tartar. Corn, it's nice, this old Vango, isn't it? It's lovely and comfortable. Look at that lovely ripstop nylon inner. You done well finding this up the boot fair. How much was it? How much did you pay for the old boot fair tent? Well, cat, the man wanted a tenner. I said a fiver, and then we agreed on £7.50. So this thing was an absolute bargain. Oh, yeah, £7.50. Oh, I'll give you £9.63 for it. Oh, shut up, cat. Get a life. Well, the last person to use this tent had Marmite on toast. Get alive, get a Vango, get alive, get a Vango, get alive, get a Vango, get a backpacker special from the boot fair for £7.50. What a bargain. So let's just put a couple of pegs in the front poles and then we'll have to do the guides at the front to hold it up. So just untie the guide, pull it out. And then it is a bit weird, this, isn't it? In the front, you got to have guides like that. So it must have, like, the fly's going to finish. And this will be the front of the tent. Because I don't think these guides are going to be in your porch, are they? That's a bit weird if they are. And if they are, this thing's going to have a massive porch on it. So I don't think it's going to, is it? It's going to have, like, no front. The fly's going to be like a little canopy over the top, I reckon. So get a peg in that side, hold the bottom of the pole down, and then we'll do the guide again, the same. So pull the guide out, get it out nice and tight, put a peg in it. There you go, that's that one done. So that's it. The little inner is up. Oh, and look at it. Oh, look, that could be a vintage MSR sitting there. Look at it, that's absolutely lovely. Could be. If I had got that out of a bag that didn't say Vango on it, I could have told you that is a vintage MSR tent, and you would believe me. Look at it. That inner's lovely. Look at it, I'm liking this thing. It's lovely, this is. That inner's got a really good old-fashioned shape to it. And the colours of it looks really nice, that inner. And that's in fantastic condition. Just look at it. Now, come on. I know I always say it, but you tent fans have got to be liking that one. You vintage tent boys and girls. Yeah, I'm giving that a thumbs up. I love the inner on my new Vango. It's fantastic. Look at it. That is really good, and you could use this thing with no fly. You could pitch that up like that in the summer and just use it with no fly sheet on it. And look at the size of that big massive door at the front. I'm liking that big door. It's massive, that door, for the size of the tent. The whole front unzips and opens right up. Yeah, I'm going to give that door a massive thumbs up. I'm liking the door on my new tent. I'm liking this inner. I don't care if the fly sheet's got a hole in it. I love this inner. It's worth every penny of £7.50, that inner. That thing is fantastic. Look at it. So let's get the fly on it and see what condition the fly's in. I hope it's in as good condition as this inner. And like, I would have paid a lot more for this. I would have happily given the bloke a tenner for this, because like I said, I felt the weight of the bag. I looked in it and see them short poles and I thought, right, I've got to have that. So when I asked the price, if the man had said like 40 quid or something, I would have tried to have haggled it down, but I would have still bought this because I really wanted it that much. But when he said a tenner, it's just my thing, innit? You got to haggle, it's the boot fair. So he said a tenner, I said a fiver. He went, all right, mate, I'll meet you in the middle, £7.50. So I just bought it, and I was so happy with that, because I was quite shocked when the man said a tenner. He obviously didn't know how nice this thing was, else he would have said more than a tenner, wouldn't he? So it has got the little strings to tie the fly on, so I shall go round and tie the fly on with the little strings, get it into place nice. And I'm looking at this fly. This fly does look in nice condition. I can't see any damage on it. So happy days. It looks like the fly's all good like this inner. So it's got ties at the sides. It's got 3 ties on the back here. So you tie it on in 3 places. So because it's got a lot of ties in it, that's why it's got the gaps in the runners in it. So you can get the ties on it. I thought, like, a lot of these tents, they only have 1 tie, so when it was like the gaps in the runners, I thought, oh, that's to save a little bit of weight. It is to save a little bit of weight, but it's also to get these ties on, because it's got quite a few ties on this fly sheet to tie it right on. It's like at the back here, it's got 3 ties on this. You don't normally get that, do you? Sometimes you either get 1 in the middle or 1 either side, but this one's got 1 in the middle and 1 either side. So it's held right on, isn't it, with loads of ties, this old fly sheet. So you'd be able to take this tent out to America, go to Tornado Alley. When you know a tornado's coming, you'd be able to pitch this little Vango up. And 'cause that fly sheet's tied on so well, you will be absolutely fine. No, I don't think you would. Please do not try that. So I'll just get these ties done on the side. Do this little one here, tie it on, just in case a tornado suddenly whips up in my back garden, because I don't want to lose this fly sheet. I've only just got it. So let's just do the one at the front. And looking at this is a full fly. This fly goes all the way to the ground, and it looks like it's got a double zip for the door. So it's going to have a big door on the front, and it has got a big vegetable on the front of this. I didn't think it would have, but it has. So obviously, them guides on the inner are in your porch. So let's go round and just whack a few pegs in the fly. Put the fly down. Now all the bungees and that on that look good. And having just felt that one, I would say someone has put new bungees on this tent, because they felt quite new and really elasticy, them bungees. I would not say they are the original bungees. Someone must have gone round this fly and changed them all, I reckon, because them bungees would have been as baggy and as stretched as the elastic in them poles, but it's not. They're like new, these bungees, so they have been changed. So just whack a peg into that one, and that's the back done. So we go round and start doing the front. Pull that one out, chuck a peg in there. There you go, and move on and pull the little front out. I'm having to stretch this bungee a little bit to get it over my path where I put it. I didn't think it was going to have a big front on it like this. I thought the fly was just going to finish above the top of the door, so I didn't even think it was going to have a vegetable on it, this tent, but it has got a nice big vegetable on it. So that's the front pegged out nice and tight, so I'll just quickly pull out and do the two front guides on it. Now it has got two guide points at the back, but I don't think they got the strings on them, so I won't be able to do them ones. So I'll do the other one this side, and then that'll be it. The lovely Vango is up. And happy days, this fly seat looks in lovely condition. It does look as nice as the inner. It's got a few white marks on this side that'll probably wash off, but that is it. Other than that, this fly looks perfect. So there she is, look at that. The old Boot Fair special in all her glory. And come on, Boot Fair specials don't get much better than that, do they? That is a fantastic Boot Fair find. Look at it. And I'm looking round this now, and I really don't recognise this tent. This is not a model I have seen before. Not with that little sloping back like that. And bear in mind, I am a proper tent nerd, and I've been camping for years. And if I go to a campsite or I'm camping anywhere, one of the things I love to do is go round the campsite, walk round, having a look at all the tents. And if I see an old Vango, I will stop and look round it. I love it. I love looking at all the tents on a campsite. So there's the other point there for putting another guide on. It's got one the other side. Oh, and the one the other side has got the string on, so it's only that one that is missing. And so I really don't know what this tent is. I don't think I've seen this model before. I might have, but I can't remember it if I have. So hopefully it'll have a little label inside telling us what it is. But I do think this, right, I think this tent could be some kind of Vango Hurricane. Because I have got a really early Vango Hurricane. Not the one that's on the channel, that's a later one. I've got a really early Hurricane. And it looks like this tent, or the front of this tent. How this tent is at the front, like this door I'm about to unzip and that now, my Hurricane is like that, but the same the other end. So it's got two doors, and it looks like this tent, but with this end I'm unzipping now at the other end as well, not with a little back. My Hurricane looks like this, but the same at both ends. So this could be some sort of Hurricane maybe. And both them zips did work really well. And this big door at the front's good, ain't it? And with a couple of poles, you'd be able to turn that into a canopy, and then it'd be great for a bit of cooking out the front of this one. So I'll just roll the door up, put it on the 2 ties at the front. Now that's that one done. Let's quickly do the other one. Put it on the little tie there, and then we'll pan back a bit with the camera and have a look at the front. See, there you go. It's got the guides in the vestibule, and it's quite big, that vestibule. It's got a nice size on it. It's massive, the front of this tent. So let's undo the door and have a little look inside the lovely tent with no name. So I can see it has got the bug mesh. I thought it would have, because this tent is good quality in it. So I thought it would have bug mesh, and it has. So it's got the double zips. You can do the door like that. Or you can unzip it all the way down, roll it up and put it on the little ties at the bottom. And this is another one where the ties are in the middle. So you can't open both doors and like do them together, roll them up and do them. You've got to do each door separate, which is a bit weird. But I've got a few old tents and they work like this. So it must be just the way they did it years ago. So you can have it like that with the full big bug mesh door. That'd vent nice like that. It'd be nice and cool in there in the summer. Or it has got the double zip, so you can do the bug mesh the same. Just have it down a little bit, have it like that. And that'd be really nice in there with it like that. And all these zips on these things are working lovely. They are smooth as anything, them zips. So let's roll up the little bug mesh door and put it on its little ties. So there you go, that's that one done. Just do this other one, then we'll have a little look inside there. It looks really nice in there. I'm looking forward to getting in there. So let's pan back first and we'll have a little look at the lovely old tent with no name. Oh, is this another old tent with no name? Is this another Clint Eastwood special, the tent with no name? This one's the boot fair tent with no name. Wah, wah, wah. Look at that twig face, I'm going in. Eastern Pole. Oh, and it's lovely in here. Look at it, lovely. Absolutely lovely in here. And yeah, they definitely, the last person to camp in this had Marmite on toast. Wonder what sort of bread they had. No, I can't work it out. I think they had the bread with no name. Wah, wah, wah. Eastern Poles. Eastern Poles. You won't snap a set of vintage Eastern Poles. Oh, them tits up in here. Vango! Right, so I'm just looking at the labels in here and I can't see no name. It's just got that code again. And looking at that one there, fly sheet is 100% nylon with a polyurethane coating, and the inner is 100% nylon as well, with a polyurethane ground sheet. So it has got that order number there, and the code number, that's all it's got on it. It's nothing telling me what it is. So if you watch this, if you know what this tent is, please message me and let me know, because I'd love to know what this tent's called. Is it an early hurricane? It could be an early hurricane, I think, but I'm really not sure. Do you know, Jeff? What about you, Brian? Or you, Jess the Bushcraft? Come on, one of you's got to know what this tent is, so let us know, please. Because all I know, it's a vintage Vango, and I really like it. So Jess has just climbed in. So as you can see, I'm laying down and my head's not right up the top. So it's quite long, the inner on this tent. There's a load of room in here and it's quite wide. At a squeeze, you'd get 3 people in here. But for 2 people and all your gear, it's lovely in here because you've got all that bit past your feet, that bit of space down there for storing gear, and that massive vestibule on the front. So this is a great little 2-man tent. And the roof on it is low, the roof in here. It's not very tall, this tent, but I am liking it though. This is a lovely old tent. This is going to be a really good tent to sleep in. It really feels nice in this inner. It will really be a nice old tent to wake up in. Oi, Toggle Brain, do you want me to tell you exactly what this tent is? Yeah, alright, Cat. Well, take your stupid twig face over there out of the way and I'll have a good look at it and tell you exactly what it is. 'Cause I'm the tent expert around here. Fish fingers, chips and beans. Fish fingers, chips and beans. Oh, 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 fish fingers, chips and beans. Yeah, I know what this tent is. I've had a good look round it. I'll tell you exactly what this tent is. Come over here and I'll tell you, Toggle Brain. 'Cause we can't keep calling it a tent with no name. Wow, wow, wow. So get your stupid twig face over here and I'll tell you exactly what this old tent is. And I did think you would have known, but as you got toggles for brains and the memory of a storm flap, I suppose it's too hard for you to work it out. But luckily, I know exactly what this old tent is, so twig face, do you want to know what it is? Yeah, Cat. Well, it's this week's boat fair tent, and it's the old boat fair tent. Ribbit. Oh, that weren't even funny, Cat. Well, I thought it was funny, and Froggy thought it was funny, didn't you, Froggy? Ribbit? Nah, sorry, I was only winding you up. I do really know what it is, course I do. What is it then? A tent. Toggle Brain. Very funny, but you won't wind me up today, Cat. I'm too happy with my new boot fair tent. So I'm just going to show you me standing beside it so you can see how little and tiny this thing is. Look at it, it's really titchy, this little tent. Really is small. And really was a great find up the boot fair, this thing. I really am liking this. I think of all the ones I've found up the boot fair this year, this is my favourite so far. It might not be the best I've found, but I think this is my favourite because this is 100% my kind of little tent. So you know what's coming now for this tent. I'm going to give this one a massive thumbs up. This thing is fantastic. It was £7.50. It's proper vintage. It's in lovely condition. And it's really tiny. And this will be a really good tent to use. I just wish I knew what it was called. So if you do know, if you watch this and you know what it's called, please message me and let me know what it's called. But please don't message me and say, it's a tent, Toggle Brain. And what about you fussy niggers? Do you know what it is? Got any idea what this tent is? Yes, it's a tent, Toggle Brain. Oh, well, I asked for that one, didn't I? Yeah, you did, Toggle Brain. All right, Cat. And Cat, I'll do the fish fingers, chips and beans in about 5 minutes, mate. Let me just quickly finish the video and then I'll do fish fingers, chips and beans. No, I don't want them now. Much as I like fish fingers, chips and beans, Froggy's got a special on up the Froggy Saloon, so you can stick them fish fingers, chips and beans right up your festival. 'Cause I'm going up the Froggy Saloon. Well, can I come? No, you won't like it. Why not? Have a look, Toggle Brain. Oh, Froggy. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe so you can join me again. See what I'm pitching, looking at, buying or burning. So I'm off now to cook myself fish fingers, chips and beans, and I'm going to sit and eat it in my lovely new Boot Fair Backpacker Special. And I know you're going up to see Froggy Oggy for dinner, Cat, but can you please sing us out? Yeah, all right. Fish fingers, chips and beans. Fish fingers, chips and beans. Oh, 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 oh. Fish fingers, chips and beans. A nice big dollop of tartar.